Isn't that gorgeous?
That's
That was
lovely.
a new version of singer-songwriter Brian Kennedy's popular song, Best Friend, who teamed up with Down Syndrome Cork to create the heartwarming video for International Friendship Day during the week.
Well, if that doesn't warm your heart,
Yeah.
nothing will. Here to tell us all about it and how he's been getting on during the pandemic is Brian Kennedy. Delighted to have you in with us, Brian. How are you doing?
I'm very well. You're not sick of me yet, right?
We're
No.
definitely
Yeah,
not
good.
sick of you.
How can we be
thanks.
sick of you?
I know, exactly.
But that's a reminder of a gorgeous song put with a brilliant organisation for a really good cause. So tell us all about it,
Well,
Brian.
Dr. Ava McMullen, of course, is our point of contact in Cork University. And we did a few concerts together with her amazing choir in Crosshaven. And then, pandemic obviously has changed everything. And we're trying to, you have to pick your battles. So who do you try and big up, My new mantra, by the way, is up, downs.
Up, down's very
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
come on.
good.
And I'm talking about our Down syndrome community, of course,
Yeah.
our brothers and sisters, and you just think, well, we can't forget them. Of course it's important to focus on what is really important in life. But, I mean, I never met a more happier bunch of people than the Down syndrome community. Have you ever met a Down?
Yeah.
I don't know why they're called Down syndrome.
Yeah.
We should call them Up syndrome
Yeah.
because
It's
they're always,
uplifting,
they're always in brilliant form,
Yeah.
And it's just important to realise that it's a community that we really need to remember.
And
There's a
when-
vulnerability about it too.
When you decided to link up with them,
Yeah.
had you already decided if I do something to be that song, or did you choose the song after?
They chose the song.
Did they
This is what's
really?
interesting. They chose the song. Dr. Ava McMullen, who's
Very
in charge, they just really had a connection to that song.
It's
I used
perfect.
To,
Yeah.
Well,
It's so
now
well.
in the context, context is everything. And suddenly, I mean, my heart is full when I look at that video. I just go, I never imagined that's what would happen with that song when I wrote it. So it's wonderful positivity in a time where there is negativity pretty much everywhere, really, at this point. And so I'm just so proud to stand beside them. And honestly, my eyes well up every single time. And look at the state of me with the COVID
What's the
beard.
story with the beard?
Come on now.
What's going on here now,
I know.
Brian?
That's in my music room at home. Do you see that wee painting on the right-hand side, the wee one?
Yeah.
Catherine Lynch did that, and she gave it to me.
Did she?
Yeah, she did. She's a talented woman. So there they are. There's Ava there. She starts the video. I mean, in this pandemic, it's very easy to feel a wee bit useless about, how can I possibly help anybody?
Yeah.
First of all, you're not allowed to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so we came up with this idea. Last night I did a 90-minute set for my Facebook Live concerts that have now taken, I think we've had about 50,000 hits so far,
Wow.
which is incredible.
That's amazing.
It is amazing because
Yeah.
you
But
just kind
Brian,
of think...
Brian, you have a serious following because I follow you on Instagram, and in normal times,
Yeah.
you every night of the week you're somewhere else gigging. You're in a church, a
That's
parish
true.
hall, a
Yeah.
venue. You're in a music. You're somewhere performing every night. So,
right.
in terms of the pandemic,
Yeah.
I mean, and in terms of your mental health,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm brilliant, and I really am. I just seem to be a robust kind of fella from the inside out. I think the last 4 years of my journey with cancer, having to learn to walk again, having been through all of the chemo I did last year, all my hair getting all frazzled and melted and everything. And then also, as you say, the mental health issue around that stuff, it really makes you think about what's important in life, what is actually wrong with me, really. I've survived this cancer. There are lots of people who don't survive it.
Yeah.
I have a great friend in Paul Byrne, who I had to learn to walk again after the surgery, so that took quite a long time.
That's
And
some
Paul-
serious rehabilitation.
It was very serious, and he tailored this kind of workout for me that my legs could get strong, and I'm back squatting again. I was squatting the other day. Now, obviously doing it carefully, of course, under the expert eye of him and his wife. And with all of that, I feel very lucky to be here, honestly, because, again, without sounding too down about anything, my great friend Danica McGuigan, who she is, Barry's and Sandra's daughter.
Yes.
She lived with me and all of that when she was studying acting here. Can't Cope, Won't Cope was her wonderful series that she did here. And it was the first anniversary of her death last Thursday. And you just think, what? How is that even possible,
Where's that gone?
And so
I didn't realise that you were that close.
Oh yeah, she lived in my house when she was studying acting. I've also known her since she was 4 years old. I mean, I'm old friends with the McGuigan family.
Yeah.
And then so I just had this time last year, I'd had my first all clear, and the great joy of that. And then within a week, I was on a plane to Kent to go and sing at her funeral. It was just such a stark reminder of how on earth are some of us okay and some of us aren't,
Yeah.
And then it makes me also think about the vulnerability of the Down syndrome community that exists not only in Cork, of course, but the island of Ireland. and how underfunded they are, how underfunded everybody is at this point.
Yeah.
And so if I can just stand beside them for a moment and go, listen, don't forget about our Down syndrome brothers and sisters here. You know, they're going through something too.
Yeah, shine a light.
Yeah, exactly. And you told me a shocking thing off air. You've got 7 kids between you.
We do, yeah.
That is extraordinary.
I know, yeah.
Have you nothing better to do? What's going on?
It's all the power cuts out in North County.
See, they had the kids for me. I don't have any.
7 boys.
It all evens out. I don't have any.
Yeah, yeah,
Between the 3 of us, there's only 7. That's all right.
What are you missing most about, during lockdown? Is it being on the road, traveling,
Yeah.
meeting people, singing,
The
performing?
visceral connection that only exists between an artist and an audience. You know what I'm speaking
Yeah.
about. in
Yes,
terms
yeah,
of-
100%.
And do you ever do live performances? Are you a secret actress or anything?
Not at all, Brian.
Okay, just wanted to check because you never
No.
know, multitasking people.
No
everywhere.
aspirations.
I missed that.
You should hear me sing. It's a
Really?
beautiful thing.
Should I?
Sing with Simon.
It's terrifying.
You're the best friend I ever had. Come
No,
on.
you see, the maestro sitting beside you.
Oh, it's too early.
There's too much glass in the studio for Anna to say.
I must give a shout out to Richard Meehan and Lara Flynn, who are all across my Facebook Live concerts. Without them doing the visuals and the sound, I mean, it was just
So
extraordinary.
you did a 90-minute set.
90-minute set last night, and it's very interactive. We do have a couple of sofas as well, and I kind of interview people and talk about my favourite book at the moment, my favourite Netflix obsession at the moment, and then a lot of songs. Mary Coughlin was my great guest 2 weeks ago.
Brilliant.
Can you imagine the
But
crack
Brian,
we
you
had?
have such a backstory because, I mean, we've done a lot on Ireland AM over the years together.
Yes.
And, like, I remember, hearing from you that you grew up in the height of the Troubles on the
Yes.
Falls Road.
That's right.
You moved to London, you busked in London.
I did.
And you were picked out. You were
Yeah.
cherry-picked by Simon Fuller, weren't you?
I was singing in a bar with a group called The Adventures, and he sent some kind of spies along because he'd heard something, and all the girls in the office came along, and I sang Prince's Kiss. Can you imagine
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Wow.
And I was up on the table doing a bit of gyration, shy old me.
Yeah, very reserved.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I've never gotten over it. And so he called me, I remember very clearly out of the blue. You've got such a good memory. And he just went, oh, hello, it's Simon Fuller here. And I'm like, yeah, right. And I hung up.
Oh, you
I
did.
actually hung
Nice.
up on Simon Fuller. But then he did call me back within 5 minutes, invited me down to the office, 19 management. And then, of course, that went on to be the Spice Girls and Annie Lennox and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So, and we made A Better Man, that record together, and that was
Van
a commercial
Morrison.
peak. Oh, and then, of course, listen, it's Van's birthday this month, isn't it? Have you heard about the wonderful thing that Hot Press are doing? So
No, you've got 20 seconds too.
Oh, he's going to be 75 artists through the Hot Press website, myself included. Incredible people recorded Van Morrison songs. But anyway, we're here for Down Syndrome Cork.
Correct.
And as I say, everybody at home, up, downs. Come on now.
Oh,
Brian,
well done, Brian.
Will
It's
you come
always
back
a pleasure.
again next week, please?
Every week.
You can find the link for Brian Kennedy's new video with Down Syndrome Cork over on our Ireland AM Facebook page. Great cause, great song, great guy.
Lift your
Thank you.
spirits. Thank you, Brian. Now we're taking you through the best of the week's new telly after this quick break.